name's Ashley Mays, and today I'm going to prepare and examine a blood film. I'm going to be looking at the red blood cell morphology. I'm going to be doing a white blood cell differential, and I'm going to do a platelet estimation. So I'm going to begin by taking my blood. I'm going to pipette. I just need to drop onto my slide. I'm going to take another slide at a 40-degree angle. Back into it and push out. Okay, now that I have my blood smear, I'm going to let that sit and I'll come back once it dries. Okay, now that my blood smear is dried, I'm going to stain it. I've got 3 stains. I'm going to dip it in each one 10 times. And tap off the access. And I've got a light stream of water, and I'm just going to do it to the back side of the slide. And I'm going to let it air dry. And when I come back, I'll read the blood sample. Okay, now that my blood smear has dried, I'm going to begin on the 10x with a microscope, and I'm going to scan for the monolayer, and that is the counting region of the blood smear. And the monolayer is right before the feathered edge. It's where the cells aren't clumped up together or on top of each other, but they're not spaced out. So now that I've found the monolayer, I'm going to move up to 40x. And I'm going to refocus. Okay. Now I'm going to move to 100x, and I'm going to put some oil on the slide. And while I'm doing this, I'm going to be doing a white blood cell differential. I'm going to count each of the 5 white blood cells, and then I'm going to come up with a percentage after I count 100. And then I'm going to be doing a platelet estimation, and it's where I count how many platelets are in 10 fields, and then I'm going to divide that number by 10. And I'm also going to be looking at the red blood cell morphology. And already, since I've been looking at it, I can tell that there isn't any Rolex formation or agglutination. Now I'm just going to start counting. Now I've got this here to tally up to keep up with my different types of white blood cells. as I'm doing this, I'm just going to try to keep count of how many I've counted until I reach 100. So now that I've reached 100 white blood cells, and I've counted 10 fields of platelets, I'm going to add up the total. So I've got 60 neutrophils, 3 eosinophils, 30 lymphocytes, 5 monocytes, and then 1 band neutrophil, and I'm just going to add a percent beside each one of those, and that'll give me a percentage of each cell. Now I'm just totaling up the platelets. Okay, so I've got 70 platelets. I'm going to divide that number by 10, and that'll give me 7 on my platelet estimation. And my red blood cells were a normal color. They were a normal reddish pink color. They weren't too small and they weren't big. So I'll just make a note in the chart about my estimations.